Hi, hello, and welcome back to this week's gold making challenge roundup with Meraki's method. So, to recap lightly, the idea is that we're trying to make 10 million gold over the course of a year. We didn't start exactly on January 1st because holidays are a thing, but we're currently in week 8 of what we've been doing, and the aim is we broke down our 10 million gold into months and into weeks, so we need to make 200,000 gold per week to make up to the 10 million mark in the year. So let's catch up with this week. This was I've had a couple of slow weeks recently because I've been busy trying to catch up on other things. I'm trying to lay some groundwork. I've been doing a bit of farming here and there. I've been getting recipes and things like that. We're going to spend March on stream. We're going to spend March trying to build our own TSM profile from scratch. So I've been doing a bit of research and things into that, and bits and pieces like that. So it's all sort of like time investments, not a lot of gold. There's also a lot of gold investments. We'll talk about that in a second. So this is my second account here we're going to look at first. On my second account this week, I came out with 7,738 gold profit. Now it says here that I've got 4,000. I don't know why exactly. I think that's probably because I'm just, I generate my overall totals from just the total amount of gold that I have on that account. So if I happen to get it hand in a quest or something, or bits and pieces like that, probably account for that little bit extra. But either way, we actually made 10,000 gold in this account. Now, to be fair, I have 3 characters that I do auctions on this account. My grey items and vendor gear character, and then I have my random character that sells vendor items and just like romance novels and other bits of random crap that I happen to pick up. So basically this is just my junk account. And then I have the third one sells my big ticket items. She sells things like the replica gear, things that are basically, she's got about 10 things that she posts, but I just keep those separate so that I can pay attention to what they're being posted for, rather than having to like pay attention to those 10 auctions in the middle of 300 other odd auctions that I'm doing. So basically she's the only character that I don't scroll wheel post on. I just make sure those are posting for the right things. But that's why I keep those separate. We didn't have any big ticket items. We had a couple of big ticket item sales last week on this account from those replica gear things, and that kind of ticked us over quite well last week. We didn't have any of those this week. We did, however, sell some heavy weave shoes for almost 2,000 gold. You can pick those up from a vendor for 2 silver or something like that. We had our most profitable item on this account was blue ribboned wrapping paper. I picked a load of that up at Christmas during the Christmas event, so we've been selling that. We've made about quite a bit selling that. I picked it up for 12 copper, I think it was a piece. We're now selling it for 7 to 10 gold per piece, even more than that, quite a bit. If you follow my Discord channel, which is linked below, you'll see I quite often post snapshots of the vendor stuff that I sell, because vendor sales is one of my tried and true and tested methods that I've been relying on for years, little bits and often. But so those were doing pretty well this week as well. You'll notice that I had an expense here. I spent about almost 5,000 gold buying deep sea bags. So that basically was I had something like 20 something slot bags on one of the characters that I was posting all of those junk sales on. There's over 300 of those on each of those 2 characters that I'm selling those junk things on, and it was tedious working with so few bag slots to get all that stuff reposted. So I took the dive. I invested the gold into buying him 4 big bags, and it has honestly cut his auction housing time in half, being able to just rinse those out faster. So that was a bit of an investment on this account this week. On my other account, let's just bring it up here. On this account this week, sorry, I'm farming some Saronite while I watch some Punisher. On this account this week, let's take a look. On account number 1 this week, we earned 83,000 gold, 137. Now, that is our profit that we came out of this week. What we actually earned this week was 203 gold. You'll see that mirrored here. Past week profit was 250 gold according to this one, but we spent 170,000 gold this week, which is almost mirrored here. I think the times maybe don't just reset the same time, but total gold spent was 157,000. So yeah, I spent quite a bit this week, but that was honestly, I bought enough orbs of mastery for 2 panthers, and neither of them sold. So I have 2 panthers. Actually, one I made one and I kept the orbs for a second one. So I have one made and one waiting to be made. And so obviously neither of them have sold yet. But again, that's an investment that will turn over. It's just it always ruins my numbers when I buy those orbs of mastery because it looks so bad. I also made a rascal bot because they were for some reason going for a really high price on my realm. So I thought I'd make one and put one of those up as well. And you needed some bits and pieces for that. I think I needed orbs for something else that I made this week too, and I can't remember what it was, but I remember the pain of having to buy more of them. So yeah, we spent a lot this week. We would have actually hit our 200k target if we hadn't spent the money on those investments. So I'm hoping that they will pay off in the long run. We did sell a sky golem this week, which was probably the guts of that 83 that we earned in profit. Average earned per day is 33. So basically our average earned per day is 33,000, and we worked it out that to make 200k a week, our average earned per day needs to be 28k. So we are making enough per day. I'm spending it on these investment mats, which, you know, there's no other way of getting. You cannot farm them. There's no other way of getting them. You just have to suck it up and buy them, I'm afraid. And they're 20k a pop, and I bought 8 of them. So that was pricey. That was pricey. Our total profit was it says here 48, but we are up 83,000. Most profitable item was Shalderai silk. I think I sold a whole rake of Shalderai silk on my alliance alt. I don't even think that gold is counted in this total because I'm taking the total here. As you can see, it says total hoard. That's the total that I'm using. I am not counting in our weekly updates. I am not counting that 18k that I have sitting on alliance side. So that's just bonus gold at this point. I do repost a few auctions. I don't do anything on her. I just have honestly a few bits of leftover pieces from this and that I'm trying to sell on her. So I don't even count that. But yeah, so this week, our actual total for this week, our profit for this week was 90,875, which is about half of what we need it to be. But I think it's okay because, like I said, we invested in things that haven't sold yet, but you know, that usually always sell within a week or two, so I'm not terribly worried about it. Our current total gold is we're at 50k under 5 million again. Our running total of what we've earned so far in this 8 weeks is 1,475,286 gold. So in the last 2 months, we have earned 1.5 million gold, basically, is what it works out at. We are currently behind schedule, behind target, is that better? Behind target? We are behind target by 124,714 gold. So we're only 120k behind target, and conveniently, the panther that I made with those orbs is currently retailing for about 130k. So if that sells, that will get us back on target again. So I'm not terribly worried about the fact that we're behind because, like I said, we have it in the stock that we have. We'll catch up. So next week I want to try and get above our 200 again. Like I said, we're going to start on our streams next week. We're going to be taking a dig into our professions. We're going to be fine-tuning those. We're going to be really just wrapping our head around what we're making, why we're making it, what materials we need to stay on top of, and things like that, so that we can just make it a more efficient system for us personally, rather than getting lost in the masses. So we're going to streamline the process, we're going to make it more efficient. We're going to get horribly lost and make a ton of mistakes as usual, but that's the plan. I'm going to restock all my stuff, and the big thing this week is Darkman Fair is back in town. So I'm going to be doing that on my alts, and I think that's about it for this week. I have quite a busy, I have quite a, I've quite a lot going on IRL this week as well, so I'm trying not to overcommit to things that I might not get done, because I don't want to not get them done and then feel bad and feel guilty for not getting them done. So I'm just trying to, manageable goals, only do what you can. So this week we did alright. Next week I'm hoping to do better. I've told you the plans. If you would like to follow along with this challenge, please do let me know what you're doing and how it's working for you. As always, I love to hear what you guys are doing. If you would like to follow us on a more day-to-day basis, you can check out our Discord channel. We have a whole channel in there dedicated to the challenge, and we post different screenshots and things. I do my daily totals in there, and we post different bits and pieces along with all these recaps. And I also, in our gold making channel, post little daily goal tasks, like little homework assignments for people, just tiny little things that they can do on a daily basis, because I know stagnation and motivation can be issues for people. So every day I try to drop a little, hey, go do this, it'll take 5 minutes, it might earn you some gold, you know, just to keep, you know, to have you doing something, you know, better than nothing, right? That's the plan anyway. So I will see you guys next week for week 9. Until then, happy hunting.